Yes people, we're back with another video. What is this consistency? Week after week we're uploading. I love it. Need to stay consistent with the YouTube. Thank you for all the support on the Dubai videos. I can't lie, at the moment I'm in the midst of editing the last few and then I'll get ready to post them and stuff. I think there's 2 or 3, maybe even 4 left of the UAE tour videos. So yeah, they'll be going out. Little video in between. The time is now 11:58. And I'm about to start a 72-hour water fast. Not sure what to think, not nervous, but a bit cautious of how it's going to be because there are some dangerous side effects and I do need to be careful with stuff like getting dizzy or lightheaded because there are definitely some negatives to it. Going that long without food can be dangerous, so I do need to be careful with that. I literally can't have anything, just water. I think I can have salts actually, it's like electrolytes, keeps you going, and apparently it stops with the hunger pains as well, so that's another benefit. There's lots of pros to this and that is partly why I'm trying it out, and I'll go through a list of pros and cons tomorrow hopefully, but the main reason I'm really trying it is the mental challenge. You know, at RM Club we like to teach new things, learn new things, experiment new things together, and from that other people can see if they'd like to do similar things or see how they can learn from it, take from it. But yeah, I'm being the test dummy for the next few days. I'll be updating you on how I feel, kind of if I'm craving anything, and if you guys have done something similar, let me know. Drop in the comments if you've done anything like this before because I'm intrigued. I don't know anyone personally who's done it. I've seen people online do it, I've read a lot about it, I've heard a lot about it, so I'm quite interested to see how it's going to go. So like I said, the mental challenge is the thing that's really going to be pushing me through this because I really want to be able to do something like this. I love eating food, as you may know from all the other videos, but going that long without food is crazy to me, and given I get hungry like every hour of the day, no matter if I'm on bulk, I'm on cut, I'm always hungry. So I'll be updating you on how it goes. I also want to talk about a few things. I've got couple things I want to talk about fitness and biohacking wise. Whilst we're on the topic, it makes sense. So I'm going to be doing a couple of those things because I can't lie, otherwise it'd just be me complaining every few hours. I feel hungry, I feel weak. But yeah, like I said, lots of benefits to it. We'll go through them tomorrow, and yeah, I'll just be updating you guys. Thank you for all the support you've been giving me and the team on the other videos. But yeah man, I'll let you know how it goes. What's the time? It started. No food. I'm going to be going for 24 and then 48, and I'm going to see how I feel because like I said, there are side effects, and if I get too lightheaded or dizzy, worse stuff could start to happen. I don't want that happening, obviously. So yeah, if I can do 72 mad, I'll be very happy. Just proves to myself, you know, a mental goal. It's like running a marathon, but not quite, but same principle. But yeah, let me know how you guys feel about this type of content. Not your average everyday vlogs. The vlogs are good. I really enjoy doing them. Obviously I get to experience something and then I get to edit and upload it. I genuinely really enjoy that. But if you want to see more videos like this, let us know because there's so much more we can do. I've got ideas lined up similar to this. But yeah, if you like it, let us know, man. Also, I did see somewhere that people do this for 7 days, which is mad to me because I thought because you can go 2 weeks without food, you can't go 3 days without water, and it's a water fast, so it's fine. 7 days without food, I don't know. If you could do that, fair play, and also be okay with it as well, like your body can actually take it. I guess there are people who do this all the time, it's probably normal to them, and they keep pushing their boundary of how far they can go. Fair enough, that is sick. I'd love to meet you. Drop a comment if that's you or you've done this before, because that's insane. And respect to you. You'll be joining me tomorrow. I'm actually hungry now, and we're 5 minutes in, so sick. If you do enjoy this video, please leave a like and subscribe. It helps us massively. Really want 500 by the end of the year. Big number, I know, but a massive milestone. It would mean so much. I put so much effort into these videos, especially when I'm working alongside another business. It takes a lot of time out of my day and my week, so it's quite a big sacrifice. So anything, sub, like, notification bell would mean so much. But yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Good morning. It is now day 1 of the water fast. Going to the gym. I usually go to the gym on an empty stomach anyway, so this should not be a problem. This is how you know summer's coming. You get bugs and moths and spiders in your room, man. Before I tell you about all the pros and cons, let me just read off the internet exactly what a water fast is, what you have to do, and what you have to do after. During a water fast, you are not allowed to eat or drink anything besides water. Most people drink 2 to 3 litres of water a day during a water fast. I do about 3 or 4 anyway. The water fast should last between 24 and 72 hours. You should not water fast for longer than this without medical supervision because of health risks. Some people may feel weak or dizzy during a water fast and may want to avoid operating heavy machinery and driving to avoid causing an accident. Post fast, so after the fast, first 1 to 3 days. After the water fast, you should resist the urge to eat a big meal. This is because eating a large meal after a fast may cause uncomfortable symptoms. Instead, break your fast with a smoothie or smaller meals. You can start introducing larger meals throughout the day as you feel more comfortable. Post-fast phase is especially important after long fasts. This is because you may be at risk of a refeeding syndrome, potentially fatal condition in which the body undergoes rapid change in fluids and electrolyte levels. This phase normally lasts a day, but people who fast for 3 or more days may need up to 3 days before they feel comfortable eating larger meals. So there are risks behind it, like I mentioned, and we're going to go through all the pros and cons. Now, one of the big benefits that always gets mentioned is the water fast lowering your blood pressure, and I'm assuming that's because you're A, drinking more water, and B, you're consuming less salt. So I'm guessing that overall helps with the lowering of the blood pressure. And blood pressure isn't spoken about enough these days, and it is actually really important, and it can actually be a spot for vital signs. If you have underlying issues going on, it can prevent stuff like heart attacks, and there's not a big enough movement for it, especially where I live, and I believe that this is something that needs to be spoken about way more, because it could prevent so much stuff from happening, and you could recognize stuff way earlier and to prevent future stuff happening as well. So I'm happy that it's lowering the blood pressure. That's one of the good benefits. Although there hasn't been actually that much research on this one, water fasting is meant to help with your cells breaking down and rebuilding themselves a bit more, and that can help with stuff like Alzheimer's, heart attacks, cancer. There hasn't been much research on it, but with stuff like this, you never know, so you might as well try it. But yeah, obviously it's important that our cells get broken down and repaired as quickly as possible, so another benefit to that. Number 3, massively lowers the chance of heart disease. I think there was a study done, and after 30 days, the people who did the water fast had much lower cholesterol levels, which obviously is something that can cause heart attacks if you've got high cholesterol levels. So another massive benefit, and also lowering your insulin levels, so that's going to help with stuff like diabetes, and also I've got the name, but it's not insulin, it's the other one, but helps with controlling your hunger pangs efficiency, so just dealing with it better and increasing your metabolism overall. Right, so now we've been through the pros, let's talk about a few cons that could arise and things we need to be careful of or cautious. And this is important for you guys to listen to, because if you do end up trying something like this, then you need to be aware that there are always drawbacks to stuff that has benefits. Firstly, we've got refeeding syndrome. We briefly touched on that in the intro to this bit, but that's where you obviously take a massive surplus of calories after having absolutely 0 calories for 3 days, and that is something that can trigger it. Definitely want to avoid. If you're going to do it, start eating slowly, build up. Don't just go have a massive steak and chips, which is something you probably want to do straight after, but yeah, that's number 1. Number 2, the nutrient intake is going to be massively decreased. Stuff like amino acids, minerals, vitamins, you're obviously going to have a lack in because you're only drinking water. That is something that you need to be aware of, and things like that is what is going to make you dizzy and make you lightheaded or feel spaced out. There's not really a way around this, but if you feel like it's getting too bad, obviously please do stop. Your health of living is way more important. So yeah, that's number 2. Also, another thing you have to be careful of is actually getting dehydrated, and that sounds really weird when you're doing a water fast, but if you didn't know, 20% of the water you ingest is actually from foods. So if you don't increase your water intake, then that 20% is now gone, meaning you're drinking 1/5 less water than you normally would be. So if you're going to do it, and let's say you only drink 2-3 litres of water a day, make sure you're upping that massively. Go to 4-5 if you can. That is something you really don't want to be at risk of, and again, that could be another cause for being spaced out, lightheaded, dizzy, that kind of thing. But also, I haven't seen this online anywhere, but it did just come to mind. Obviously, I don't know if you guys know, but you can actually drown yourself by drinking too much water. So I guess another con, well, not a con, but one thing you do need to be careful of is actually drinking too much water. Don't go drink like 10 litres of water in a day, because your body will not be able to process it and you will drown, so to speak. Obviously you're not in water, but you're having too much water. Your body can't process it and transfer it quickly enough around your body. Another con is hyponatremia or water intoxication. So basically, when you're exercising, you sweat out water and salt, but obviously because you can't eat anything, the salts aren't replaced, so you're only getting the water back, and obviously that's not good. And I guess that brings us on to another drawback. Maybe you shouldn't be exercising whilst you're doing the water fast. I'm in 2 minds about whether I'm going to have salts or not, even just like a sprinkle in the water. I don't know, because I do want to keep exercising whilst I'm doing this, and I'm going to need salts if I'm going to do that, otherwise I won't be able to exercise, and I need to exercise for here and physically. But I don't know, I'm in 2 minds about that. I'll have a think, but yeah, that's another couple drawbacks. I'm glad we've gone over that. It's important to know all things considered when doing something like this, so good. I'm gonna get on with some work, try not to think about eating, drink as much water as I can. I need to look into the salt thing, to be fair, now actually, because that is important. Otherwise I will not be going to the gym. Yeah, so I'll catch up with you guys in a bit. I'll let you know how I'm getting on towards the end of the day, and then I do want to have a sit down or two, talk about a few things. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit. I was just reading up about whether to put salt in my water or not, and I just found this article, and what it said is really interesting. It explains a little bit more about what actually happens to your body during the fast. So let me just show you guys. Fasting with salt is a recipe for success. In the early stages, 4 to 24 hours of a fasted state, your body begins metabolizing stored carbohydrates in your muscles called glycogen. In order for this to occur, your body reduces insulin, as we already talked about. Reduction of insulin triggers your kidneys to release sodium. At the same time, glycogen is packaged with water molecules that are flushed since glycogen is released. This combined flushing of fluids and sodium decreases blood sodium levels and can disrupt associated electrolyte balances. Ultimately, this process triggers two beneficial metabolic processes. Ketosis. Our body metabolizes stored body fat into powerful energy molecules called ketones. Not sure if you've seen, but people do these keto diets and they're meant to be really good for you. And then autophagy. I want to say it's autophagy. I don't know, it doesn't sound right. I can't pronounce that. I probably butchered that mad. Anyway, process of cellular repair and renewal that protects your body against disease, inflammation and infection. So yeah, just a little bit more about benefits and what happens to your body whilst this whole process is happening. So yeah, little update. Oh yeah, another thing I did actually get to do, before and after pictures I need to do, and also I do want to weigh myself. Fucking hell, more bugs, man. Anyway, I want to weigh myself because I want to see how much I lose weight wise, but it's difficult because you don't know if it's going to be muscle or actual body fat, and that's another, to be fair, I forgot to speak about this in cons. Another con is actually losing muscle mass. I'm already on my cut anyway, so I'm losing muscle mass and I really don't want to lose any more than I already am, but I guess I'm going to have to. Part of the process, let's get on these scales and see how much I'm weighing now, and then we'll show an after later in the video. Just hopped on the scales, came off 79.6, so basically 80. Obviously couldn't show you because the camera had to wait, but I started my cut on about 86. I guess I've been losing about 0.5 kg a week, which is kind of where you want to be. It's kind of perfect kind of level, so yeah, happy with that. But I really, like I said, I don't want to lose any more muscle mass, so I'm gonna try. Well, I can't try and do anything really. I'm just hoping I don't. Fingers crossed we don't lose any more muscle. This is another day one update. I ended up getting some salts. I just went to the shops now to get them. 24 quid for 50ml bottle. It was the only one I could get that didn't have like flavorings, sugars, all sorts of rubbish in anyway that I don't even eat all that kind of shit anyway. I couldn't find any at all. Got to go to a specialist health food shop and get a bottle. Honestly, it's 50ml, it's literally that big. 24 quid just for the 3 days anyway. Oh, it's funny how these companies tax the shit out of health products. It's literally like 5 ingredients. Like anyway, I bought a bottle of that, so I'm just gonna keep using that, and hopefully that helps me through electrolyte wise, keeps me going. Because I remember who did do it, you know, Dana White, the UFC owner. He did like a 80 odd hour one. He said like day 3 he felt so good, he could have gone longer, and he had electrolytes. And to be fair, he also did bone broths, which actually did have calories in, which I didn't really understand, because I thought part of the point was that your body enters this state of like, your body basically thinks you're dying, right? So it enters a state of like ketosis, and I'm not going to butcher that pronunciation again, but yeah, so you reap the benefits, but then obviously this bone broth had like 40 odd calories in each bottle. Anyway, he said he felt really good, so I'm hoping I actually feel really good at the moment. I don't know if it's placebo or anything, but I can't lie, I do have a mad headache. I did get it like a bit after gym, but like at a normal time, right, at the time I'd usually be eating, that's kind of when I got it, so I didn't think it was anything to do with this. Who knows, I'll update you later on in the day. If you see me switch camera as well, I'm going onto my phone because I'm giving my camera to someone so they can borrow it for their holiday and they can vlog it, so I might be on my phone for the Tuesday and Wednesday. As you can see, currently editing a Dubai vlog. How do I feel? I don't know, I just started to get chills. Probably not related. Hungry, I'm just trying to take my mind off it, man. I'm just like, round about now, 20 to 7, it's about coming up to when I'd eat. Try not to think about it too much. I think today is going to be the easiest. I think tomorrow will be bad, and then once tomorrow's done, I reckon I'll kind of just forget about it. I'm hungry, and this is bad, but it's not too bad. And this is coming from someone who loves their food. And I walked into the kitchen earlier and I smelled food. I was like, fuck, can't eat anything.